कन्या मनसा स्मरामि चतुर्भुजे चन्द्रकलावतंसे कुचोन्नदे कुङ्कुमरागशोणे पुण्ड्रेषु पाशाङ्कुश पुष्पबाणहस्ते नमस्ते जगते गमादा.
Thank you, Ms. Srividya. Dr. Jesse John C., Professor, NIT Calicut, and Co-Chair, MAM8-2014, will deliver the welcome address.
Today we are coming to the valedictory function of MAM8-2014. After spending 5 days, starting from 6th to 10th, that is today. I know all of us are involved academically and otherwise in this program. Now, it's an academic feast we have witnessed. I think the feast will continue even though after the valedictory function we are separating into various countries of the global village. Now my present duty is to welcome all of you to this closing ceremony of this function, which will start many more ceremonies in future. On the dais we have Dr. V. Narayanan, President of this meeting and our beloved HOD. We have Professor G. Govindan, V.K. Govindan, our academic dean. He is a professor of computer science. He authored around 20 books and claims a very large number of publications. And he is always with us, whatever function we organize in the academy. So we extend a very hearty welcome to you, sir, to this function. Now the conference came to a reality with a good number of experts. I am not reciting the names of experts. We all know each other now. And if I miss a name, that will be sadness. So I welcome all the experts along with all the active participants to this valedictory function. From our institute, deans, HODs, my teacher colleagues, non-teaching colleagues, my dear students are all present here. On behalf of MAM8-2014 Organizing Committee, Department of Mathematics, we welcome you all to these functions. Finally, I welcome all those who have come over here and bless us in this function. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. May I now request Dr. V. Narayanan, Head, Department of Mathematics, NIT Calicut, to deliver the presidential address.
So, respected Chief Guest, Dr. V.K. Govindan, Dean Academic, NIT Calicut, Dr. A. Krishnamurthy, Dr. Jacob, Dr. Jesse John, Mahesh Kumar, Heads of Departments, Deans, colleagues, my students and dear participants. So we are coming to close of our international conference. So in this conference on instructional workshop, I am sure that you got enough material so that you can use this material for your further research and other activities. So in this connection, I once again thanks Dr. V. Ramaswamy and Professor A. Krishnamurthy, who are the person who bring this conference in our institute. And also, I congratulate Dr. Jacob, Dr. Jesse John and Mahesh Kumar, who worked a lot and suffered great pain in organizing this conference at NIT Calicut. And also, when I talked to the participants and when I asked about their opinion about the conference, so I got good comments from the participants. So all are very happy. So I am very happy to see that by seeing the good opinion about the hospitality and also hospitality, food and accommodation, which are the main factors responsible for the success of any conference. I am sure that you participants will always remember NIT Calicut. So that's all, because time is very short. With these words, I thank you all. So thank you.
Guest for the day is Dr. V.K. Govindan. He's Dean Academics at NIT Calicut. He's also a professor in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering at NIT Calicut. I now request you, sir, to address the gathering.
Dear Professor Narayanan, HOD Maths, Professor Jesse, Professor Jacob, and Professor Krishnamurthy, who is also Professor of Jacob, and Mr. Mahesh, and other dignitaries of the dais, and to the experts from India and abroad, delegates of the conference, both from India and abroad, my dear colleagues and students. We are now concluding this session. It is actually a great session. The International Conference on Matrix Analytic Methods in Stochastic Model. I understand that it was a good event and large number of participants. We have about 100 participants and we have delegates within and outside country. And we have experts also within India and abroad. And I put it as an outstanding event of NIT Calicut hosted by Department of Mathematics. And event, if I recall, the event just culminated. It's getting culminating. The workshop for 2 days and 3 days conference. The event began with the workshop, 2 days workshop, the instructional workshop for 2 days, with many lectures on key topics on the stochastic process by experts, both in India and foreign. And this must have definitely benefited the young researchers, students, and academicians, and the researchers for broadening their areas of interest. And we had at the opening day a highly charged keynote address by Professor Asmundsen of Denmark. It was also a wonderful talk. And as you know, the conference had 27 papers arranged in 7 sessions, co-chaired by chaired and co-chaired by national and international expert professors and scientists of India and abroad. And we have 5 invited talks and special lectures. I'm sure the delegates and participants of the event must have taken advantage of the paper presented and discussed and deliberated, and also and the panel discussion you had must have benefited in this particular area. And widen the research area of the delegates. Some must have acquired new ideas in this topic, and of course that promotes and motivates new research in this particular area. I'm sure Department of Mathematics has benefited, and the Institute NIT Calicut has benefited out of the conference. I thank each and everyone associated with this event for the conduct of this event, for taking the event to great success and to its culmination. Thank you on behalf of the Institute and my own behalf for the effort spent by the coordinators, HOD, faculty members, staff and students. Hope such events will be brought to the Institute in future by the department. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir. Dr. Mahesh Kumar, Assistant Professor and Co-Chair, MAM8-2014, will now give the updates of the conference.
Very good afternoon to you all. Honorable dignitaries on the dais and off the dais, invited guests, dear participants, my dear colleagues and students. First of all, I would like to thank all the participants of MAM8 2014 because of their great participation in this conference. It is you participants from all over the world assembled here and wrote a success story, and today the event is on record. We have tried our level best to bring together researchers working on theoretical algorithmic aspects of matrix analytic methods. And myself, I am not an expert in this area, received wide exposure of various techniques of MAM, Matrix Analytic Methods, in stochastic models. I think the enormous food for thought is received by our participants as well as our most valued researchers in this area. Particularly, I would like to thank Dr. Ramaswamy for his guidance and invaluable comments during the sessions. I am sure this has helped many of the participants as well as researchers working in this area. Secondly, initially we thought that we will not be getting a sufficient number of papers in this area because it's not that much popular in India. So finally, we are in a position to get sufficient number of papers, and in this conference, we saw a good number of participants from all over the world. Nearly about 96 participants from India and abroad have taken part in their in this conference. To name a few, they are from Japan, Korea, Belgium, Netherlands, Canada, Russia, Bangladesh, Greece, etc. Many. So I am sure that the papers presented here and the interactions with experts have helped many researchers working in this area. A mind needs books as a sword needs a whetstone if it is to keep its edge, told by George R.R. Martin. I am slightly against this view. So to keep in mind, we need some kind of peace. So we have tried our level best to arrange some sort of cultural evenings, and I hope, I am sure that you have all enjoyed these cultural evenings starting from 7th of January. Apart from this, we have tried to provide a glimpse of one of the oldest practice of ancient mathematics, the beauty of Vedic mathematics. I am sure this has given you little exposure to our olden Indian system of mathematics. Today, we take little liberty of taking your time off, and we are heading towards to spend the pleasant evening at Sagaralaya, a 50-kilometer drive from here. This is basically a cultural village of Kerala, and I hope you will enjoy this evening also. Finally, 7 MAM conferences had been successfully conducted in various countries, and this time the 8th one has happened in our God's own country, Kerala. Now, I think there is a need to update ourselves for future benefit of our most valued researchers working in this area. I hope that our participants are in a better position to give suggestions through their feedbacks. I wish you all the best and wish you happy new year and wish you very happy journey to your native places. Thank you one and all.
Thank you, sir. Dr. A. Krishnamurthy is an emeritus professor in the Department of Mathematics, Cochin University of Science and Technology. He is also a beloved teacher of Professor Jesse John C. and Professor M.J. Jacob, NIT Calicut. He is a strong researcher who has contributed much to the area of MAM. I welcome you, sir, to felicitate the function.
I'm very happy that we had a very nice beginning and a very nice closing of the program. It was indeed a great success, thanks to the effort of my friends, Professor Jacob, Professor Jesse John, and the team of students who were working with them. It was in 2005 that I was trying to bring MAM to India, the 6th edition of MAM. Unfortunately, I could not attend that MAM5 at Pisa in Italy, and Dr. Ramaswamy asked me, how can I argue for your case when you yourselves are not present on that occasion? So the next MAM at Beijing, I went prepared thoroughly. Dr. Ramaswamy was not there, unfortunately, and there was a nice presentation by around 4 contenders for the next MAM7. I prepared everything in a very systematic way, but then there was a huge clamor for taking MAM7 to New York. Well, a few Chinese researchers present at the conference were strongly supporting me, but then I thought I should diffuse the tension that would have arisen. So I said, I am very happy that it goes to New York because my son is there, I could visit him. So it all went off very well. At MAM7 held at New York, Columbia University, which I attended, Dr. Ramaswamy asked me whether it could be taken to India. It was in 2011, by the time I was retired formally from service, but continued there as an emeritus. Well, without thinking for a moment, the consequences, the risk involved, everything, I said yes. And then came back, started discussing with my colleagues and friends, and when Professor Jacob and Professor Jesse John came to know that I'm just tossing the idea of having it in Kerala, they jumped up to me, give us an opportunity to conduct it at NIT. And they, in fact, showed all the facilities that are available here. I came one day here just to see how it is. And I was really impressed. But then I didn't want to give an yes to them until Dr. Ramaswamy also agreed with that. So July 2012, we both came here when Dr. Ramaswamy was on a short visit to CUSAT, Cochin University of Science and Technology, for giving a series of talks. So he was also highly impressed with the facilities available here, and he said, okay, we would go ahead. And then, of course, started the preparation for the academic thing, and then side by side with that, the all other things for the organizational side from this institution under the guidance of Professor Jesse John and Professor Jacob. I'm extremely happy, and in fact, I would like to congratulate Professor J.C. John, Professor Jacob, and their team for the excellent work they have done. I had not seen, I have organized several conferences. I would rate that as much below the present conference. Thank you very much for the. Well, I had initially some sort of feeling that whether it would go well. It went off very well, much beyond my expectation. It was really great. Thank you, Professor Jacob and Professor J.C. John. I should be failing my duty if I do not give the credit to my research supervisor, Professor Shankaranarayanan, late Professor Shankaranarayanan, for the foundation he laid for getting the Matrix Analytic Method implemented in India. Well, of course, Professor Ramaswamy, I am really thankful to him for having mentioned his name right at the beginning. It was his effort, and I learned quite a bit from him for the organization of conference also. And then, of course, my great teachers like late Professor S.K. Srinivasan and Professor Pakshirajan, who is now 86, who has written a top-class book on probability theory, a foundation, very recently published. Well, I owe a lot for the help, support, encouragement, everything given to me by them. Well, then, this is the main program, and there are two satellite conferences. One was already organized held at PhD College of Technology on the 3rd, 4th, and 5th of this month. And immediately after this program, a team of participants who came here would be moving to a college near Cochin, a place called Kolancheri. There is a program for the next 4 days at St. Peter's College at Kolancheri. And all these two satellite conferences could be scheduled because of the present, the important conference that is held here. Otherwise, we would have not been able to go for these two satellite programs. Therefore, the advantage of having this program, or the benefit, has also gone to PhD College of Technology at Coimbatore and is also going to St. Peter's College at Kolancheri. Of course, they were readily agreeing to my suggestions that we could have two satellite conferences at their respective places. Then I should thank Professor Kannan, Professor B.D. Choi, and Professor Kishore Trivedi for accepting my request to them to be invited speakers to this program. Yes, I should also thank the Technical Program Committee members for reviewing the papers and extended abstracts submitted to the program. It all went off very well. I'm really happy about that. My heartfelt thanks to them. Now, there will be a flurry of activities starting December 2014 this year at Cochin, and probably if NIT is again willing to host it, I will be very happy to have it part of that organized here again. So second half of December 2014 and first half of January 2015 is again going to be really an academically fruitful time. Again, I should thank all those who have contributed, especially the conference, what I should say, outside activities, the social programs, the Kathakali, then Mohiniyattam, Bharatanatyam, and then the Kalaripayattu, which was something unknown to many from abroad, and also for the yesterday program, that Vedic mathematics. These are all very, very nice programs that added great flavor to the MAM8. Let me thank one and all the participants from abroad and also from within India for all the great contributions that they have made for the grand success of this program. It will be a program that will be ever remembered by each and every one, including me here. Thank you all very much. Best wishes to all of you. Thank you. Oh, but there was as a TPC co-chair, I should have made the following announcement. There was a committee to look into the best student paper award for MAM8. The number of submissions was rather limited, and therefore only single best student paper award would be given. After carefully studying the student papers, a commission of several members decided to give the best student award to the paper entitled Corrected Phase Type Approximations of Heavy-Tailed Queuing Models in a Markovian Environment, authored by Eleni, Ivo Adan, Maria Plasivo, and Bert Swart. And Eleni is here. Well, of course, congratulations. I don't know whether something is arranged already. Anyway, it was just an announcement. Oh. Yeah. So let us congratulate Eleni for the. So thank you, one and all.
Now it is the time for feedback from the experts and participants. I now request a few volunteers to come forward and say a few words about the conference. Give us a feedback.
The problem for the organizers is making sure that thanks are expressed to everybody, and there's always the risk that we miss someone, okay? So I want to specifically, as I told you, I am both the host and a guest here. So on behalf of everyone here, I want to express a very, very special thanks to Professor Søren Asmussen. I know how busy he is. After the MAM1, this is the next and only MAM he has attended, and I think your lecture was great. You have really given feedback to a lot of speakers in terms of how they could improve their work, what they can do, and you sat through all the talks, okay, not being a dignitary who just comes and makes a cameo presence of sorts. It's extremely appreciated, and I really, really want to thank you. And the other person I want to thank is Professor U.C. Gupta, okay? Again, he's another person who is extremely busy with a lot of commitments, and I know there is a lot of friction between the matrix analytic people and the root finding people, etc. I'm very glad that he came here on our special invitation. He gave a very good talk, and as I said in the comments, the work he and his students have put together jointly have really elevated the stature of that method. All right, and you really kind of, what shall I say, increased our appreciation for those methods, and I really want to thank you.
First of all, let me thanks to the organizers and the wholeheartedly they organized this program. The whole Department of Mathematics worked day and night to make this program success, and I give my sincere thanks to all these students, faculty members, and other supporting staff that they looked after everything in a very meticulous way, whether it's accommodation or whether it's food or tea or things. And the environment where they have arranged the conference is so nice that you don't feel that you are in a college or somewhere. is very well decorated auditorium and other facility. We had long sessions, and we heard almost many of our good speakers, got a lot of feedback, especially our younger generation who just about to start, or those who have started their work, maybe may get a great benefit out of this conference. I hope they will continue to do their research work in this direction, and hopefully they will communicate with all our experts who are present here so that they can get any help from there. So lastly, I thank all the participants who are coming from abroad also, that I hope that they must have enjoyed their stay in India. Thank you very much.
Attended all 8 MAM conferences, and I think this one is very special. We have a great technical program, and we also had a great entertainment program. So thank you very much. I enjoyed it totally.
Yeah, I learned a lot, and it's very well organized. And I wish I had come earlier. I only came yesterday. So, and I missed a lot of cultural programs. And the Vedic mathematics stuff was wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you. Dr. M.G. Jacob, Professor, Organizing Secretary and Co-Chair of MAM8 2014, will now propose the vote of thanks.
Respected Professor V.K. Govindan, Dean Academic. We have Dr. Jose Matthew, Dean CSR, then our important delegates and dear participants, then my friends. Now, first of all, let me thank, that is, all those came here for this valedictory function, especially Dr. Govindan, Dr. Jose Matthew, and other friends here. So, that is one thing. Anyway, MAM8 is concluding now, and it is not easy to thank all in maybe at such a time, already 1:30 I feel, I know the trouble you are facing, and again testing patients will be difficult for me. But I will try to keep it as small as possible. So I was listing out who are the people I should thank. So I thought, first of all, I should thank God, that is, so that we could complete this process in such a level. That is the first thing. Then again, maybe not be in the same order I have to speak. That is, we have to thank our administration, that is our director, deans, registrar, and other people who helped us to work out through this, all this process. Again, coming to our department, our head, then my colleagues, then students, all students helped a lot. So again, I had to thank all of them. Then, of course, for the conference, funding is a problem. So we received funds from total 9 agencies, TechUp 2 from our institute, NIT Calicut, then Ministry of Statistics, Government of India, then NBHM, DST, then Kerala State Council for Science, Technology and Environment, then CSIR, INSA, then AMBA Research Bangalore, and also IMU. So let me express our sincere gratitude to all these agencies for providing funds for conducting the program. Then there are some key people who made this program successful. So we have to record, that is, the efforts put by, of course, Professor Krishnamurthy, you all agree, then Dr. Ramaswamy, then one more person I mentioned, that is Professor Benny Van Hout. So all these people helped a lot for the success of the conference. And again, success of the conference is just because, or mainly because, the presence of you people here. Both the participants and at the same time the other important invited speakers or resource persons. And to be very frank, so when Professor Ramasamy told that is Professor Soren is attending MAM8, then we had no doubt that is this MAM8 will be a big success. That is what I feel. Of course, definitely there are other important people also, but I'm not mentioning by name one by one, but I thank all these people that is coming over here to us here and to make this event successful. Then some other people that is in other ways helped are, of course, the magic printers, then Ainu Photostat, our catering people, Salkara, then the tea provided by AR Bakery, then of course the studio people, Raja Studio, then Safa Light and Sound, then for transportation, that is Rafiq and the team. Maybe I missed a lot, still I thank all these people. Then from here the institute, of course the engineering unit helped, then CNC, main computer center, library, guest house employees, all these people helped us. So let me thank all these people once again. Then regarding our students, so even if it is not having enough time, I was observing all these days, that is a few students, that is the effort they have put. I have to mention by name because it is so important for me. That is the effort put by Mr. Deepak, then Bajil, Darshan Lal, and of course other people along with, again, Lindsay. So they have worked a lot to help out, that is in different arrangements. Again, I should also thank the co-chairs, that is Professor Jesse John and Dr. Mahesh Kumar, to be with me in all activities. Of course, they worked a lot, maybe more than me. Then I was just looking for, that is, whether I missed someone. So did I say, that is, I am thanking all of you. And one more thing, that is, there were many lapses. I agree, and I fully owe that. But you all try to understand us and adjusted all the things. So thank all for that also, that is, that kind of attitude also. So a big thanks to all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I now request Dr. V. Narayanan, Head, Department of Mathematics, NIT, to present a memento to our Dean, Professor V.K. Govindan. Thank you, sir. I now request Professor Jesse John C. and Professor M.G. Jacob to present a memento to Professor A. Krishnamurthy, their beloved teacher. Thank you. Now I request everyone present here to kindly rise for the national anthem.
जनगणमन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष माहे गाहे तव जय गाथा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे